Okay, don't know if you can see this, but there are table saw marks here, tooth marks, from when I cut the edges of this stave to the angles I want. And so we're going to clean this up with the hand plane. And the overall shape of the board is what I want. What we want to be sure of is that we have got a good surface for gluing and that we don't have compressed fibers or fuzz from the table saw. In order to be sure I don't accidentally make it convex, putting this pencil mark here to show you, not because I would do this, I'm going to see if this, it's just got a high spot right there. So I'm making stopped cuts. Pencil is still there and there. Just holding down the plane with my thumb so it stays flat on that edge. And it shouldn't take too long for it to stop cutting, because let's see, we're still not cutting at this end or this end. I'm starting and stopping my cut inside without going over the ends of the board. Yep, we're getting there. Now it won't. Okay, so I've got pencil here, pencil here. That's a little bit loose. It's still a little concave. That looks pretty good. So now we'll put it next to the board it's going to be glued up with and see if, hold it up, just see a little bit of light come through there, but just squeezing this hard is enough to close it up. So that's a sprung joint. So I'm happy with that. What I mean, I have to, whoops, more like that, hold it right there. And let's see, hold it right by the middle, where the spring is. See there's light, and when I squeeze harder, there's no light. There's light, and when I squeeze, it goes away. So I think, if I can do this with one hand, well, off balance, looking through the camera screen, you can imagine that with glue on there and with a clamp being tightened. Let's see, there we go. Try it one more time. See? There. So that's a sprung joint, I would say. All right, so see, I've got cabinet maker's triangle going on there. So let's glue this sucker up. And let's see, that's going to go, nope, like that. Oh, okay. You can see I have those angled clamping cowls sitting in the clamp jaws so that the clamp hits that stave across its full width instead of just at the outside corner. You can clamp them together that way, but then you have a big dent on the outside corner, which in turn, when that stave gets glued onto its neighbor, that makes a big mess for you to clean up later. So These cauls also, the angle, the force is also more evenly distributed across the whole glue joint. All right. I want to be sure the whole surface of the wood is wet with the glue. All right. And a little bit of a towel cleanup there, and there you go. Oops. Right, I'm going to start in the center. And move these down flush. And start applying pressure. There we go. Now a little pressure here. Okay. Now a little pressure here. And it seems like got it even at the ends. It is just a hair high here. This is just a hair high, but just a hair. So it's even at the ends. I'm going to live with that. Flatten it later. Everybody's tight. So we are good. That's another good glue up. And these, oh, that's why the tape gets porous. See how this is getting squeezed up and out? It looks like this blue tape is maybe acting as a lubricant to help that slide. It may be that what we need to do yeah, the tape helped these cauls not fall off as I put everything together, but they're also letting this thing slip out of position. You can see why too, since these cauls slant inwards like this. As you squeeze in, the thing is gonna excuse me, kick out. So with the wood there, with wood on wood instead of wood on plastic contact, there's enough friction so it stays. All right, so that's already tight. That's already tight. That's good. There we go. Next thing I'm going to do is glue up sets of 4, and by the time we do that, the arch is high enough that we have to put a second caul on the bottom and put some pressure vertically to keep it from kicking out. This is going to be fine, but with the 4s and then the 6s and then the 7s, we're going to have to provide pressure in 2 different directions to keep everything straight. And that's the story here. Something I do with most glue ups. Check the time. Well, it's time to go. I write the time so that I have a reminder when 30 minutes have passed and it's okay to take things out of the clamp. I can do it.